So I'm going to show you 4 machines today real quick so you can get a quick idea of how they run, operate. We got the mastracerpro racer, which I read the manual, but I need to go over it a little bit more because it has so many features. On the hertz here, I'll show you. Let me see. It hits soft, medium, and hard. So that's really awesome. I'm just starting to use it, trying to get familiar with it, and so far it's pretty awesome. Always read the manual. It'll give you the general idea of how to run it for lining, packing, shading, what they recommend, and they're usually always right. I might adjust it a little bit. That's something that you're gonna have to get a personal feel for. Of course, the bishopwandpacker. Now this has a 4.2 stroke and this one does too. And like I said, this new mass racer, I need to go over the manual more because it has so many features on the battery. It's so far that I've used it, it's an awesome machine. It's definitely worth the money. This is the first version of the stigmathorn. I usually use the ink call battery on this, which this is the first version. The second one will run the bishopwandpacker. Dragonhawk has one, the B1. I think that one will run the bishop, and it's very light. This battery is a lot longer, so it might look heavier, but for some reason it's very light, and it's by Easy Tats. So I'm going to use that today, and then I have the ambitionmarsu and on a 4.2 stroke. So I'm going to change it and put it on a 3.8. Kind of give you an idea like how they run or operate in case you're thinking about buying one, and kind of compare it to some of the other machines out. Now I have this at 7.9 hertz. I'm going to change it to a medium hit. So once it's stopping, you can change it to soft, medium, or hard hit. I've been using the medium is good. It's pretty awesome to be at the same voltage and be able to change it to soft and go straight into shading. Now if you want to go to the volts, hit it twice. You can set your liner and you can set your shader, which I have mine kind of messed up. It's also got, I think, a Bluetooth feature, I think, for the pedal. Like I said, I need to read the manual again. So I'm going to put it on medium to give you an idea, kind of. It runs pretty smooth so far since I've used it. I'm impressed with it, definitely. And you can see it lines nice. Like I said, like my video, I'll do a more like in-depth on them. I'm just doing some quick videos just because some people want to know if you're interested in buying these machines. Are they worth the money? Yes, they're worth it. They're making a lot of videos on this mass racer, and I see why. It's pretty affordable. I think if you go on their site, it's between $200 and $250, which for everything it does, the way it hits, I like this soft and medium, and I'll kind of show you with a mag kind of what it does. I have it on the medium. Let's change it to soft hit, the same voltage. That's soft. Stop it, go to medium. You can see it's a little bit darker, and then we'll stop it, go to the hard. You can kind of see the difference there. So that's pretty much an awesome feature because it's at the same voltage. So then next, I always kind of compare machines using the stigmathorn series because the machines hit hard. This is with this battery, and even though the battery looks long, it's super light. So this is one battery that looks long, that doesn't have any back weight. I'm not sure the exact weight, but it's very light. And these machines, even the new one that I have, or I showed you in the other video, they're known for having a real hard, like, punch. And you can see that. So I kind of compare these other machines to them that are cheaper in cost, but you're gonna have to feel it. You can't feel exactly how it's hitting. It's just something I'm kind of showing you. So you can, when you do spend a lot more money, of course, you are getting more quality from some of these companies, but when you don't have it, can you use these other machines and do the same job? Yes. But you'll feel the quality in the motor, how it pushes the ink in better. So when you save more money, and you can, you want to get a good machine. But temporarily, some of these cheaper brands, now they're starting to make some quality machines too. So that's the reason I kind of try to put one of these more expensive companies in here, like Bishop or Stigma Rotary, because they're more expensive, and it's showing you how these other companies are making quality machines too. But you can still tell the difference, like in the power of the motor when you're using it. But you can still use these other ones and do a good job. So now the ambitionmarsu. Now this comes, you can order disposable grips, which is a game changer, because I make my grips, which makes the machine a lot of times feel like a completely new machine. And remember, I buy the rolls of saran wrap, eyebrow saran wrap, to wrap the whole machine. So that's what you're seeing on the outside of these. This is real smooth and quiet. And I got it on 3.8. It goes 2.2, 2.6, 3.0, 3.4, 3.8, and 4.2. So you can put any of those strokes. You can use any of them. It does run smooth. One thing, like I said about the grips, you can get a bigger, wider grip to bounce the weight. you feel like it's a little bit heavy for you. Sometimes a thinner grip like this, it'll feel more heavier. When you put a thicker grip on it, it'll bounce the weight better. So I do have a grip that I order from it, or for it, when I get it. I'll try to make another short video. And these are just quick videos before I start making some other ones. So if you want to see 3 or 4 machines at a time, kind of compare them with the other ones so you can see the job they do. Just like my video. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on one, just message me in the comments and I'll do one. Like I said, the mastracerpro racer I just got, so I'm kind of learning how to use it. I need to read the manual some more on it because it has so many features, and I need to know what voltage to run it at instead of guessing, because I did kind of guess before I read the manual a second time. And once I read over the manual and see what they recommended for shading or packing, it sounded a little bit slower to me, but it was correct what they said. So I need to read it maybe one more time and do another video on it. But you can see this is the ambitionmarsu. I plan on getting a couple more machines. I still have a lot that you haven't seen yet that I'll make a video on, and a couple other ones so you can see kind of the difference. I know you can't feel what I'm feeling, so I'll kind of show you how they hit. This is running at 8.7. So each machine, remember, you're gonna have to find the voltage of what you're running at. For instance, with that Stigma, I heard people before say, well, it's kind of vibrating. Well, you're used to running this at 8 or 9 volts, and as you can see, I was running it at 6 volts on that battery. Now with another battery like I'm not sure if it's the Inkball or the Ambition, I run it at 6.5 volts. So it's going to matter your battery and of course your voltage that you're running it on, and you're going to have to figure that out. When you're switching batteries all the time, you're going to get different results with it. Some batteries are better than other ones, so you want to keep that in mind. And then one of my favorites, the bishopwandpacker. This is the OG one. I got an Ambition battery on it, which runs it. Some batteries don't work with it, but I think the Inkball 2.0 does. Maybe the dragonhawk V1. I'm not for sure. I do think that easy battery runs with it. It's a little bit longer, so I use this, and you can see I got it at 7.7. I think the voltage recommended is not to run it over 8. And you don't need to, because it hits nice and solid. That's why it's the Packer. It's, I believe, one of the top selling machines out there, and it is a good machine, real good. But you still can use some of these other ones with the same job. The main thing is you want to practice, get you some good synthetic skin. Like I stated before, I use real skins. I buy personally from the UK because sometimes they have more sales, specials, and I don't use the stuff off of Amazon anymore, because this is the closest thing to me as real skin, and it feels good. It feels pretty close to real skin, and That's what you want. So I definitely recommend buying that opposed to if you buy some skin that you're getting a deal on, let's say 10 pieces. There's no point, in my opinion, having 10 pieces of skin that feels like cardboard opposed to 5 pieces of this. And they do have like a 4-pack or a 5-pack, I think about this size, for I think $20–25, and it's worth buying it in my opinion, because you're getting closer to the feel of real skin, which is what you want. You don't want to be tattooing on cardboard and then go to do your client or someone you're working on and it feels nothing like it. Totally different. And this is pretty close. I know there's a few other brands that I've heard that's close, but because this brand is so good, I've just always stuck with them. So like I said, I'm going to do some more videos. I need to read the manual a little bit better on the mastracerpro, but all the products that I'm showing you today, I recommend them all. You can use them. You know, if you don't have the money for one of these expensive machines, those other machines, I've even bought them because sometimes I've wanted to buy expensive machines, but at the time I only had $200 or $300 to spend, and I use them tattooing my clients every day, just like I would use one of these more expensive machines that range from you know, $600 to $1,200. So you can still use them in a professional shop. You just need to figure out how to run the machine and you know its voltage. Know its voltage. Each one's different. Know the battery. Every time you switch a battery, the voltage is going to change because some are made cheaper. I do use the FK Irons batteries a lot. They're more expensive than these. I think this is close to the shorty critical in size. With this new mastracer, it already has the battery, but you can kind of see the difference on the size compared to some of these other machines with its battery. This is pretty close, but I usually will use, like I said, the ink claw battery because it's super light, like that other battery there. But yeah, I'm very interested in learning more about this, so when I do, I might make some more videos, go down to maybe 2 machines and give you more information on them if you're interested. But just for quick reference, they're all good products. I would recommend them.